Hello friends, welcome to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English. In our today's marathon series, we will discuss about Contemporary India Part 2, Class 10th NCRT. Dear friends, as we have discussed the various topics in this NCRT, like we have started with the resources and development. Then we have covered forest and wildlife. Then water resources, agriculture. In last session, we have also discussed remaining topics of agriculture and minerals and energy resources. So in today's session, we will continue with the few points of minerals and energy resources. After that, manufacturing industries and lifelines of national economy. Now friends, when we are talking about the basic aspects related to the minerals and energy resources, as India, where we have rich minerals and other energy sources, like as we all appreciate the strong dependence of industry and agriculture upon mineral deposits and substances manufactured for them. So in our country, we have ample of sources. Yes, Ramkumar, in this part 3, we will continue with the class 10th NCRT. Now, like when we are discussing energy sources, friends, energy is required for all activities in its needed. Yes, like various needs where we are using energy, like for cooking, for provide light and heat, then to propel vehicles and drive machinery in industries. So energy can be generated from fuel minerals like coal, petroleum, natural gas, uranium, and from electricity. Now friends, we have also discussed about the minerals in details, like we have discussed about metallic, non-metallic minerals. Then we have discussed the minerals like, yes, ferrous, non-ferrous. Yes, we have covered the iron ore, then manganese. Then in non-ferrous minerals, we have discussed like copper, bauxite. Now, let's start with the non-metallic minerals also we have covered. Now we'll continue with the hazards of mining. As we know, the efforts the miners make in making life comfortable for the society, but the impacts of mining on the health and the miners and the environment, again a debatable topic. like the dust and noxious fumes inhaled by miners make them vulnerable to pulmonary diseases, to the risk of collapsing mine roofs, inundation, and fires. And coal mines are constant threat to miners. The water sources in the region get contaminated due to mining. Dumping of waste and slurry leads to degradation of land, soil, and increasing stream and river pollution. So, before going to discuss the further topics, now, friends, it's my pleasure to welcome you all on Unacademy, India's largest learning platform. It's me, Rushikesh Inamdar, guiding UPSC aspirants from last 8 years. You can follow me on Unacademy app, and also you can join our Telegram group to get important updates. Dear friends, we are conducting UPSC Combat on every Sunday morning 11 a.m. where you can use code RBI Life to enroll for the combat. We will discuss the other exciting benefits you will get during the or after getting the rank in the combat and during the session. The link is provided in the description box. So you can enroll yourself for this combat. Now friends, it's time to gear up your preparation for upcoming prelims, and Unacademy is providing you crash courses to revise for upcoming preliminary examination. So friends, there is 2 month subscription is available where you can pay only 15,000 for that. And if you will use code RBI Live, then you will get 10% discount, which means you have to pay only 13,500 rupees for the 2 months subscription. Unacademy subscription will help you to get number of benefits. You will get approx 45% discount along with free test series. The 1 year subscription for general studies and optional, you have to pay only 49,680 rupees, and the offer is valid till 20th August. Then test series combo is there. We will discuss in the later part of the session. One subscription with number of benefits. So friends, do not forget to use code RBI Live. And Unacademy is providing you paid subscription, Iconic and Plus subscription. In Plus subscription, friends, you will get live classes, structured courses, unlimited access for live and recorded classes, and weekly tests. Now, those aspirants pursuing their graduation or after their 12th examination, planning to start their preparation for civil services, they can go with Iconic subscription. It's our suggestion. Now, friends, in Iconic subscription, you will get additional benefits like personal guidance, study planner, study material, experts guidelines, and test analysis. You can also use code RBI Live to get 10% discount on our paid subscriptions, which means for the Plus subscription, 1 year course you have to pay only 44,550 rupees, whereas for the Iconic subscription, 1 year duration you have to pay only 67,050 rupees. So do not forget to use code RBI Live. Friends, you can also use code RBI Live to get 10% discount on optional subscription. Now we are going to start new batches. From tomorrow we have going to start regular batches like 1 year, 2 year batches. And from 1st September onwards, we are going to start Mission All India Rank 1, that is 360 degrees coverage batches for UPSC CSE. So as per your convenience, you can join these batches And last but not the least, free test series for all aspirants. Friends, you can unlock the test using code RBI Live. So in this free test series, we will cover general studies and current affairs topics, which will help you to gear up your preparation for UPSC CSE. So hurry up. Link is provided in the description box so you can enroll yourself for free test series. Now, friends, we'll continue with the topic like minerals and energy resources. Right. Now, as we have discussed about the hazards of mining, and in last session we have also discussed about the production of limestone, which showing the statewide share as per the 1617 survey. Now, friends, the effects of mining or hazards of mining, there are newspaper cuttings like coal unit fined rupees 300 crore for crore in damages, like safety of the coal mines. Then there are a number of issues related to the mining, like health hazards and other issues. Now, the safety. So there are stricter safety regulations and implementation of environmental laws are essential to prevent mining from becoming a killer industry. Now, along with this, we will move into the next part, that is conservation of minerals. Now we will discuss conservation of minerals. Dear friends, the conservation of minerals, so we all appreciate the strong dependence of industry and agriculture upon mineral deposits, and the substances manufactured from them. The total volume of workable mineral deposits is an insignificant fraction, that is 1% of the Earth's crust 1% of the Earth's crust. So we are rapidly consuming mineral resources that required millions of years to be created and concentrated. The geological processes of mineral formation are also, or the mineral formation are so slow that the rates of replenishment are indefinitely small in comparison to the present rates of consumption. Mineral resources are therefore finite and non-renewable. Now, rich mineral deposits are our country's extremely valuable but short-lived possessions. So, as we know, the formation of minerals, which taking a much time, or we can say that the formation for these minerals, which taking comparatively more time, or we can say decades, when we are talking about the use of these minerals as the process of industrialization and development, we are using them on large basis. So friends, basically mineral resources as finite and non-renewable. So the continued extraction of ores which leads to increasing cost as mineral extraction comes from greater depths along with decrease in quality. A concerted effort has to be made in order to use our mineral resources in a planned and sustainable manner. Now, the improved technologies in recent years, which like there is need to be constantly evolved these technologies to constantly evolve to allow use of low grade ores at low cost. So recycling metals, recycling of metals using scrap metals and other substituents are step in conserving our mineral resources for the future. Now, when we are talking about energy resources, before that, now see the pictures where a view from inside a coal mine. inside and outside views. Now friends, as we know, the requirement of energy for all activities. So energy can be generated from fuel minerals like coal, petroleum, natural gas, uranium, and from electricity. Now, energy resources can be classified as conventional and non-conventional. So, these resources can be classified as conventional and non-conventional sources. So, conventional sources which include firewood, cattle dung cake, then coal, petroleum, natural gas, electricity which includes hydel and thermal. Yes, friends, the conventional energy which includes firewood, cattle dung cake, coal, petroleum, natural gas, electricity, both hydel and thermal. Whereas non-conventional sources which includes solar, wind, tidal, geothermal, biogas, and atomic energy. So these are the non-conventional energy sources. Now, friends, when we are talking about conventional, like firewood and cattle dung cake are most common in the rural India. So according to one estimate, more than 70% energy requirement in rural households is made by these two. So continuation of these increasingly becoming difficult due to decreasing forest area, and moreover using dung cake is being discouraged because it consumes most valuable manure which could be used in agriculture. So when we are talking about the conventional sources of energy in detail, like coal, friends, in India, coal is the most abundantly available fossil fuel. It provides a substantial part of the nation's energy needs. It is used for power generation to supply energy to industry as well as for domestic needs. As we know in our country, there are number of areas getting electricity from the coal based projects. So here we can say India is highly dependent on coal for meeting its commercial energy requirements. So as we know, the coal is formed due to compression of plant material over millions of years. As we have studied about the formation of coal. Now, therefore, it is found in variety of forms, which depending on the degrees of compression and the depth and time of burial. So, decaying plants in swamp produce peat, which has a low carbon and high moisture contains and low heating capacity. So friends, lignite is low grade brown coal which is soft with high moisture content. Then the principal lignite which reserves are in Neyveli in Tamil Nadu and are used for generation of electricity. Yes, as we know, coal is used for electricity. Now, basically, lignite is low grade coal. So, coal that has been buried deep and subjected to increased temperature, which is known as bituminous coal. Now, it is the most popular coal in commercial use. Then the metallurgical coal is high grade bituminous coal which has spatial value for smelting iron in blast furnaces. Then anthracite is high quality and hard coal. So in India, coal occurs in rock series of two main geological ages, namely Gondwana, where 200 million years in age, and in tertiary deposits which are only about 55 million years old. So in India, coal occurs in rock series of two main geological ages, namely Gondwana, which is over 200 million years old, and the major resources of Gondwana coal, which are metallurgical coal, which are located in Damodar Valley in West Bengal, Jharkhand. So Jharia, Raniganj, Bokaro are important coal fields. The Godavari, Mahanadi, Son, and Wardha valleys, which are contain coal deposits. Now, tertiary coals occur in the northeastern states of Meghalaya, Assam, so tertiary coal occur in northeastern states of Meghalaya, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, and Nagaland. Now, remember, coal is bulky material which loses weight on use as it is reduced to ash. So, hence, heavy industries and thermal power stations are located on or near the coal fields. So friends, just remember that in statements examiner will ask you like the thermal power projects and heavy industries why located near the coal fields, because coal is a bulky material which loses weight on use as it is reduced to ash. So this is the main reason to weight lose capacity of the feature. Due to that, these heavy industries and thermal power stations are located near the coal fields. Now, after the coal, we will discuss about the petroleum. Yes. So, petroleum or mineral oil is the next major energy source in India after coal. It provides fuel for heat and lightning, lubricants for machinery, and raw materials for number of manufacturing industries. So, petroleum refineries act as a nodal industry for synthetic textile, fertilizer, and numerous chemical industries. Now, most of the petroleum occurrences in India are associated with the anticlines and fault traps in the rock formations of the tertiary age in regions of holding anticlines or domes. It occurs where oil is trapped in the crest of the upfold. The oil bearing layer is a porous limestone or sandstone through which oil may flow. So the oil bearing layer is porous limestone or sandstone through which oil may flow, and the oil is prevented from rising or sinking by intervening non-porous layers. Now, petroleum is also found in fault traps between porous and non-porous rocks. Gas, being lighter, usually occurs above the oil. So, Mumbai High, Gujarat, and Assam are major petroleum production areas in India. So, from the we can check on the map. See, from the Mumbai High, Gujarat Basin, and here in the Assam. So Mumbai High, Gujarat, and Assam. These are the three major offshore fields, or we can say these are the major petroleum production areas in India. So here Ankleshwar, which is the most important field of Gujarat, and Assam is the oldest oil producing state of India, where Digboi, Naharkatia, and Moran Hugrijan are the important oil fields in the Assam. So it's all about the petroleum. Now, moving to the next part, that is natural gas. Natural gas is an important clean energy resource which found in association with or without petroleum. It is used as a source of energy as well as an industrial raw material in the petrochemical industry. Natural gas is considered an environment friendly fuel because of low carbon dioxide, and is therefore the fuel for the present century. Now, large reserves of natural gas have been discovered in the Krishna Godavari basin. Along the west coast of the reserves of the Mumbai High and allied fields are supplemented by points in Gulf of Cambay, Andaman and Nicobar Islands are also important areas having large reserves of natural gas. So, the 1700-kilometer high Hazira Ojaipur Jagdishpur cross country gas pipeline, which links Mumbai High and basin with the fertilizer power and industrial complexes in western and northern India. So, the artery has provided an impetus to India's gas production. The power and fertilizer industries are the key users of natural gas. Then, use of compressed natural gas, that is CNG for vehicles, to replace liquid fuels in gaining wide popularity in the country. As we know from last few years, the CNG fuel cars in demand and people showing interest in these vehicles. So there are number of benefits to using such clean energy fuel vehicles. So we have discussed about natural gas. Now friends, moving to the next part, that is electricity. Electricity. Friends, electricity has such a wide range of applications in today's world that its per capita consumption is considered as an index of development. Electricity is generated mainly in two ways: by running water, which drives hydro turbines to generate electricity, and another one is by burning other fuels such as coal, petroleum, natural gas to drive turbines to produce thermal power. Now, once generated, the electricity is exactly the same. These are the ways to generation of electricity. Now, friends, hydroelectricity is generated by fast flowing water, which is a renewable resource. So India has a number of multi-purposes projects like Bhakra Nangal, Damodar Valley Corporation, then Kopili Hydel project. So these are the producing hydroelectric power. Then the thermal electricity is generated by using coal, petroleum, and natural gas. Thermal power stations use non-renewable fossil fuels for generating electricity. Now see the plants which given in the map. So nuclear and thermal power plants. So friends, the power plants at thermal power plants at Delhi, Faridabad, then Halduaganj, Panki, and Narora is the nuclear power plant. Rawatbhata is also nuclear power plant. Okay, we will cover first nuclear power plants like Narora, Rawatbhata, then Kakripara, Tarapur, Kaiga, Kalpakam. These are the nuclear power plant, whereas remaining others are the thermal power plants. So the thermal power plants will start from the northeast part, that is Namrup, Bongaigaon. Then in West Bengal like Durgapur, Santeldil and Calcutta. Then in Bihar, Paranui. Then northeastern part or northern part like Delhi, Faridabad, Badwaganj, Panki, Paricha, Singrauli, Rihand, Amarkantak, Goa, Culture. Then in western part like Sabarmati, Gandhinagar, Dhuvram, Ahmedabad, Ukai, Bhusawal, Nashik, Urban, Trombay, Uran, Trombay, Parli, Puradi, Satpura, Chandrapur. Then southern part like Ramgundam, Kotagundam, Vijayawada. In and Tuticorin. So these are the thermal power plants. Now friends, this we will discuss now non-conventional source of energy. So the growing consumption of energy which has resulted in the country becoming increasingly dependent on fossil fuels such as coal, oil and gas. But now rising prices of oil and gas and their potential shortage have raised uncertainties about the security of energy supply in future, which in turn has serious repercussions on the growth of the national economy. So moreover, increasing use of fossil fuels are causes serious environmental problems. Hence there is pressing need to use renewable energy. And these sources like solar energy, wind, tide, biomass, and energy from waste material, these are called non-conventional energy sources. Now, India is blessed with an abundance of sunlight, water, wind, biomass. It has the largest programs for the development of these renewable energy resources. Now, first of all, we will discuss about nuclear or atomic energy. Different from obtained by altering the structure of atoms when such an alteration is made, much energy is released in the form of heat and This is used to generate electric power. Then uranium and thorium, which are available in Jharkhand and the Aravalli ranges of Rajasthan, are used for generating atomic or nuclear power. The monazite sands of Kerala is also rich in thorium. So, these are the 6 nuclear power stations we have discussed, like Narora, Rawatbhata, Kakrapara, Tarapur, Kaiga, and Kalpakam. These 6 nuclear power stations. Now, solar energy. Next is solar energy. So India is tropical. Then, like, India is a tropical country. It has enormous possibilities of tapping solar energy. Now, photovoltaic technology, which converts sunlight directly into electricity. So solar energy is fast becoming popular in rural and remote areas. Some big solar power plants are being established in different parts of India, which will minimize the dependence of rural households on firewood and dung cakes, which in turn will contribute to environmental conservation and adequate supply of manure in agriculture. Now, friends, the importance of solar energy, as we know, when we are talking about renewable energy sources, it helps us to save the environmental impact and also providing us clean energy source. Now these days it's very important. The solar energy providing us a number of applications in day-to-day life. When we are talking about technology, still comparatively it's costly than other sources or renewable sources. Now, after solar energy, we will discuss wind power. Wind power. Now, friends, our country has great potential of wind power, where the largest wind farm cluster is located in Tamil Nadu, from Nagarkoil to Madurai. Apart from this, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Gujarat, Kerala, Maharashtra, and Lakshadweep have important wind farms. Nagarkoil and Jaisalmer are well known for effective use of wind energy in our country. Nagarkoil and Jaisalmer. So here is the picture which showing the windmills of Nagarkoil. Now after that, next source of non-conventional sources of energy, that is biogas. Biogas. Now friends, shrubs, farm waste, shrubs, farm waste, animal and human waste are used to produce biogas for domestic consumption. So specifically these used in rural areas. Now decomposition of organic matter yields gas which has higher thermal efficiency in comparison to kerosene, dung cake and charcoal. So biogas plants are set up at municipal, cooperative and individual levels. The plants using cattle dung are known as gobar gas plants in rural India. Now, these provide twin benefits to the farmer in the form of energy and improved quality of manure. Now, see the biogas plant which showing in the picture. So, biogas is by for the most efficient use of cattle dung. It improves the quality of manure and also prevents the loss of trees and manure due to burning of fuel wood and cow dung cakes. Now, this is all about the biogas. Now, next is tidal energy. So, oceanic tides can be used to generate electricity. Floodgate dams are built across inlets. So, during high tide, water flows into the inlet and gets trapped when the gate is closed. After the tide falls outside the floodgate, the water retained by the floodgate flows back to the sea via a pipe that carries it through a power generating turbine. In India, the Gulf of Combat the Gulf of Kutch and Gangetic Delta in Sundarban regions, which provide ideal conditions for utilizing tidal energy. Then next is geothermal energy. Now, geothermal energy, which refers to the heat and electricity produced by using the heat from the interior of the earth. Then geothermal energy exists because the earth grows progressively hotter with increasing depth, where the geothermal gradient is high temperatures are found at shallow depths. So groundwater in such area absorbs heat from the rocks and becomes hot. It is so hot that when it rises to the Earth's surface, it turns into steam. The steam is used to drive turbines and generate electricity. So there are several hundred hot springs in India which could be used to generate electricity. So two experimental projects have been set up in India to harness geothermal energy. So one is located in the Parvati Valley near Manikana in Himachal Pradesh, and other is located in the Puga Valley in Ladakh. So these are the examples of geothermal energy projects. So basically, the geothermal energy, which refers to the heat and electricity produced by using the heat from the interior of the earth. As we know, earth grows progressively hotter with increasing depth, and the geothermal gradient is high. High temperatures are found at shallow depths. Now, after that, we will discuss about the conservation of energy resources. Conservation of energy resources. Now, friends, energy is a basic requirement for economic development. So, every sector of the national economy industry, transport, then commercial and domestic needs, which inputs of energy. Now, the economic development plans implemented since independence necessarily required increasing amounts of energy to remain operational. As a result, consumption of energy in all forms has been steadily rising all over the country. So In the background, there is an urgent need to develop sustainable path of energy development, promotion of energy conservation, and increased use of renewable energy are twin planks of sustainable energy. So India is presently one of the least energy efficient countries in the world. We have to adopt a cautious approach for the judicious use of our limited energy resources. For example, as concerned citizens, we can do our bit by using public transport systems instead of individual vehicles, switching off electricity when not in use, using power saving devices, and using non-conventional sources of energy after. So energy saved is energy produced. So minerals and energy resources. Where we have discussed all the aspects related to minerals and energy. So we have covered what is minerals, then mode of occurrence of minerals, as they are found in igneous and metamorphic rocks, sedimentary rocks, and decomposition of surface rocks. Then we have also covered classification of minerals, metallic, non-metallic, energy minerals. In metallic, we again discuss about ferrous, non-ferrous, and precious. Whereas ferrous minerals like iron ore, manganese, nickel, cobalt. Whereas non-ferrous minerals like copper, lead, tin, bauxite. Precious minerals like gold, silver, platinum. Whereas non-metallic minerals like mica, salt, potash, sulfur, granite, limestone, marble, sandstone. And for energy minerals like coal, petroleum, natural gas. Then we have also discussed about the alluvial deposits where certain minerals may occur. Then ocean waters contain vast quantities of minerals. Then friends, we have also discussed about the rat hole mining. As we know, India is fortunate to have fairly rich and varied mineral resources. Then we have also covered ferrous minerals, where we have discussed about iron ore, so we have discussed about major iron ore belts, Odisha Jharkhand belt, Durg Bastar Chandrapur belt, then Ballari Chitradurga, Chikmagaluru, Tumakuru belt in Karnataka, and then Maharashtra Goa belt. So we have discussed about iron ore belts. Then we have discussed about the manganese. So manganese is mainly used in the manufacturing of steel and ferromanganese alloy. Then we have covered non-ferrous minerals. Copper, bauxite, then non-metallic minerals like mica, then rock minerals like limestone. Then we have covered about the hazards of mining. Then conservation of minerals we have discussed. Conservation of minerals. Then energy resources. My friends, we have discussed about conventional sources of energy, coal, and the types of coal like lignite, bituminous, and anthracite. Then we have discussed about petroleum, natural gas, electricity. After the conventional sources, we have discussed non-conventional sources of energy like nuclear or atomic energy, solar energy, wind power, biogas, tidal energy, geothermal energy, conservation of energy resources. So this way we have covered the minerals and energy resources. Now moving to the next part, that is the manufacturing industries. Manufacturing industries. Now friends, when we are talking about production of goods in large quantities after processing from raw materials to more valuable products is called manufacturing. So basically, manufacturing, which includes in large quantities after producing from raw materials to more valuable products. For example, paper is manufactured from wood, sugar from sugarcane, iron and steel from iron ore, and aluminium from bauxite. So, some types of clothes are manufactured from yarn, which itself is an industrial product. So, people employed in the secondary activities manufacture the primary materials into finished goods. So, the workers employed in steel factories, car, beverages, textile industries, bakeries, which fall into this category. So, some people are employed in providing services. So, now we are mainly concerned with the manufacturing industries in this chapter, which fall in the secondary sector. So the economic strength of country is measured by the development of manufacturing industries. Yes. So economic strength of a nation or a country which measured by the development of now we'll see the importance of manufacturing. Now manufacturing sector is considered the backbone of development in general and economic development in particularly or particular mainly because manufacturing industries not only help in modernizing agriculture, which forms the backbone of our economy. They also reduce the heavy dependence of people on agricultural income by providing them jobs in secondary and tertiary sectors. Industrial development is precondition for eradication of unemployment and poverty from our country. So industrial development, which helps to eradication of unemployment and poverty. This was the main philosophy behind public sector industries and joint sector ventures in India. It was also aimed at bringing down regional disparities by establishing industries in tribal and backward areas. Now, export of manufacturing goods, expand trade and commerce. It brings much needed foreign exchange. So countries that transform their raw materials into a wide variety of finished goods of higher value are prosperous. So India's prosperity lies in increasing and diversifying its manufacturing industries as quickly as possible. Now, agriculture and industry are not exclusively of each other, so they move hand in hand. For instance, the agro industries in India have given a major boost to agriculture by raising its productivity. They depend on the latter for raw materials and sell their products such as irrigation pumps, fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, plastic and PVC pipes, machines and tools, etc. All these providing to them or sell these products to the farmers. Thus, development of competitiveness of manufacturing industry has not only assisted agriculturists in increasing their production, but also made the production processes very efficient. So in present day world of globalization, our industry needs to be more efficient and competitive, as self-sufficiency alone is not enough. So our manufactured goods must be at par in quality with those in the international market. Only then we will be able to compete in international market. Now, contribution of industry to national economy. Contribution of industry to national economy Now, over the last 2 decades, the share of manufacturing sector has stagnated at 17% of GDP. Out of total 70% for the industry, which includes 10% for mining, quarrying, electricity, and gas. Now, now, this is much lower in comparison to some Asian economies where it is 25 to 35%. So the trend of growth rate in manufacturing over the last decade has been around 7% per annum, where the desired growth rate over the next decade is 12%. Since 2003, manufacturing is once again growing at the rate of 9 to 10% per annum with appropriate policy interventions by the government and renewed efforts by the industry to improve productivity. So, economists predict the manufacturing can achieve its target over the next decade. The National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council has been set up this objective. Now, when we are talking about industrial location, industrial location. So, industrial locations are complex in nature and these are influenced by availability of raw material. Now, These are influenced by the availability of raw material, labor, capital, power, and market. So it is rarely possible to find all these factors available at one place. Now, consequently, manufacturing activity tends to locate at the most appropriate place where all the factors of industrial location are either available or can be arranged at lower cost. After an industrial activity starts, urbanization follows. So sometimes industries are located in or near the cities. Thus, industrialization and urbanization go hand in hand. So, cities provide markets and also provide services such as banking, insurance, transport, labor, consultants, and financial advice to the industry. So many industries tend to come together to make use of advantages offered by the urban centers known as agglomeration economies. So gradually a large industrial agglomeration takes place. Now, the like many industries tend to come together to make use of the advantages offered by the urban centers, which is known as agglomeration economies. So gradually, a large industrial agglomeration takes place. So in the pre-independence period, most manufacturing units were located in the places from the point of view of overseas trade, such as Mumbai, Calcutta, Chennai, and consequently there emerged certain pockets of industrially developed urban centers surrounded by huge agricultural and rural hinterland. Now see the industry market linkage, like the raw materials and components parts factors of production like land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, infrastructure, then transport, factory. So the outputs of products, again transport, market, and the money cycle. So this is industry and market linkage. So the key to decision of the factory location is the least cost. Government policies and specialized labor also influence the location of industry. Then when we are talking about classification of industries, so on the basis of source of raw materials used, so the classification of industries on the basis of sources of raw materials used in that, like agro-based, cotton, woolen, jute, silk, textile, rubber, sugar, tea, coffee, edible oil, etc. Whereas mineral-based, iron, steel, cement, aluminium, machine tools, petrochemicals. Now, according to their main role, like basic or key industries, are those which supply their products as raw materials to manufacture other goods. Example, iron and steel, copper, smelting. Yes, iron, steel, copper smelting, aluminium smelting. Then consumer industries that produce goods to direct use by consumers, like sugar, toothpaste, paper, sewing machines, fans, etc. So this is according to their main role. Then on the basis of capital investment, so small scale industry is defined with reference to the maximum investment allowed on the assets of a unit, and its limit has changed over a period of time. So at present, the maximum investment allowed is rupees 1 crore. Then, on the basis of ownership, on the basis of ownership, the industries on the basis of, yes, classification on the basis of ownership, like public sector industries owned and operated by, yes, correction, the public sector which owned and operated by government agencies, example like hail, sale, then private sector industries owned and operated by individuals or group of individuals, like Tisco, Bajaj Auto Limited, Dabur Industries. These are the private sector industries. Then joint sector industries which are jointly run by state and individuals, or a group of individuals like All India Limited is jointly owned by public and private sector. Then cooperative sector, yes, cooperative sector industries are owned and operated by the producers or suppliers of raw materials, workers, or both. So they pull in the resources and share the profits or losses proportionally. Such examples are the sugar industry in Maharashtra, the coir industry in Kerala. Now, after that, next classification based on the bulk and weight of raw material and finished goods. Heavy industries like iron and steel, then light industries that use light raw materials and produce light goods such as electrical goods industries. Now, agro-based industries Now, the agro-based industries cotton, jute, silk, woolen textiles, sugar, edible oil. Industries are based on agricultural raw materials. Now, these agro-based industries, now see, the textile, now after that, when we are talking about textile industry, so the textile industry which occupies unique position in the Indian economy. So, because it contributes significantly to industrial production, employment generation, and foreign exchange earnings. It is the only industry in the country which is self-reliant and complete in the value chain. That is from raw material to the highest value added products. Value addition in the textile industry. So, fiber production, spinning, weaving, knitting, dyeing, and finishing. Then, garment manufacture. Now, friends, the raw fiber as a fiber production. Then, yarn spinning, fabric weaving, knitting, garments where dyeing and finishing is a part of that, and the garment manufacturing. So the value addition in the textile industry. So basically the textile industry where employment generation, foreign exchange earnings are the important part. Now friends, after this textile industry, we will discuss about cotton textiles in detail. Cotton textiles. In ancient India, cotton textiles were produced with hand spinning and handloom weaving. Yes, these techniques. So after 18th century, power looms came into use. A traditional industry which suffered a setback during the colonial period because they could not compete with the mill made cloth from England. Like the first successful textile mill was established in Mumbai in 1854. So the two world wars were fought in Europe. India was a British colony, and there was a demand for cloth in UK. Hence, they gave a boost to the development of cotton textile industry. In the early years, the cotton textile industry was concentrated in the cotton growing belt of Maharashtra and Gujarat. Availability of raw cotton, market, transport, including accessible port facilities, labor, moist climate, etc., contributed towards its localization. So, this industry has close links with agriculture and provides living to farmers. Now, cotton ball pluckers and workers engaged in ginning, spinning, weaving, dyeing, designing, packaging, tailoring, and sieving. Now, while spinning continues to be centralized in Maharashtra, Gujarat, and Tamil Nadu, weaving is highly decentralized to provide scope of incorporating traditional skills and designs of weaving cotton, silk, zari, embroidery, etc. So India has world-class production in spinning, but weaving supplies low quality of fabric as it cannot use much of high quality yarn produced in the country. So weaving is done by handloom, palum, and in mills. So the handspoon khadi provides large scale employment to weavers in their homes as a cottage industry. So Mahatma Gandhi lay emphasis on spinning yarn and weaving khadi. So India, which exports yarn to Japan, other importers of cotton goods from India, USA, UK, Russia, France, East European countries, then Nepal, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and African countries. So we have a large share in the world trade of cotton yarn. Our spinning mills are competitive at the global levels and capable of using all the fibers we produce. The weaving, knitting, and processing units cannot use much of the high quality yarn that is produced in the country. So there are some large and modern factories in these segments, but most of the production is in fragmented small units which cater to the local market. This mismatch is a major drawback for the industry, and as a result, Many of our spinners export cotton yarn, while apparel garment manufacturers have to import fabric. So this is the major mismatch. Now, although we made significant increase in the production of good quality long staple cotton, the need to import is still felt. So power supply is erratic and machinery needs to be upgraded in the weaving and processing sectors. In particular, other problems are the low output of labor and stiff competition with the synthetic fiber industry. So this is all about the textile industry and cotton textile. Now the cotton textile Muradabad in North India, then Agra, Kanpur. In West Bengal, like Murshidabad, Howrah, Hooghly. In western part, like Ahmedabad, Porbandar, Rajkot, Vadodara, Surat. They are famous for cotton textile. Then in Madhya Pradesh, like Devas, Indore. In Maharashtra, Mumbai, Pune, Jalgaon, Aurangabad, Wardha. In Tamil Nadu, like Coimbatore, Madurai, Chennai. So these are the cotton textile industry in India. Now, the distribution of industries specifically textile industries. Now, after that, we will continue with the other industries also. So friends, In today's session, we have discussed about the minerals and energy resources and manufacturing industries. Now we are discussing now, friends. Do not forget to enroll yourself for UPSC Combat. We are conducting on every Sunday morning 11 a.m. The link is given in the description box. So time allocated is 1 hour 56 questions. Now current affairs is also included in the UPSC Combat. So you can revise important topics for the UPSC CSE. Now friends, the combat is important, or which will help you to cover up and also compete with all India aspirants. After the combat, you will get ranks, and as per your ranks, you will get scholarships and amazing prizes. So first, 3 rankers will get the 1-year UPSC CSE subscription, whereas other rankers will also get the scholarships like 75%, 50%, 25% as per their ranks. So link is provided in the description box for the UPSC Combat. You can use code RBLI to enroll for the same. Now friends, it's time to gear up your preparation for upcoming prelims examination. So you can go with crash courses which will help you the revision recap, so friends, 15,000 is the fees for the 2-month subscription, but if you will use code RBLI, then you will get 10% discount, which means you have to pay only 13,500 rupees. So enroll now and start revision. Now friends, Unacademy is providing huge discount on combo subscriptions. Like you will get approx 45% discount. Along with you will get free test series. So for the 1 year of combo subscription for general studies and optional, you have to pay 49,680 rupees. And for the 2 years of combo subscription for general studies and optional, you have to pay only 71,798 rupees. So the offer is valid till 20th August. So hurry up. Register yourself for these combo subscriptions and start your preparation. Now dear friends, the test series combo, wherein optional test series will provide you sectional and full length test, whereas with GS prelims and mains test series will cover topic wise sectional and full length tests. So the test series worth rupees 45,000 you will get absolutely free with 1 year and above combo subscription. The offer is valid till 20th August. Now, Unacademy is providing you number of benefits with your single subscription. Now, friends, in 5-in-1 offer, you will get Unacademy notes worth rupees 10,000, mega subscription offer where you will get extended validity till mains. Now, those aspirants facing financial constraint, they can go with loan facilities or no cost EMI benefit for the UPSC CSE subscription, where Unacademy is assisting you to loans or no cost EMI benefits. CSE assured on 2 years and above subscription. Mentorship program where you will get an expert mentor during your UPSC CSE journey. Here you can also use code RBI Live to get referral code discount on your subscription. So you will get number of benefits with your UPSC CSE subscription. You will get 10% discount using referral code RBI Live. Plus subscription for 1 year, you have to pay only 44,550 rupees. Whereas for the iconic subscription of 1 year, you have to pay only 67,050 rupees. Now friends, the discount is applicable on optional subscription also, where also you can use this code. Now those aspirants looking for new batches, friends, we are going to start new batches from tomorrow, like 1 year and 2 year regular batches for UPSC CSE. So as per your medium and your requirement convenience, you can join these batches. And from 1st September onwards, we are going to start Mission All India Rank 1, like 360 degrees coverage batches for UPSC CSE. So hurry up, share the information with your friends, and you can join the session or the courses. Now friends, last but not the least, free test series for all aspirants, where we will cover general studies and current affairs part. You can use code RBI Live to unlock the test. So do not forget to enroll for the free test series. Link is provided in the description box. So friends, hurry up, gear up your preparation, make schedule, and those aspirants planning to appear for prelims this year, now it's time to revise and solve maximum MCQs. We are also conducting various sessions on MCQs, so you can join these sessions. I hope you like this session. So do not forget to like, share, and subscribe our Unacademy videos. So friends, see you in the next lecture. In marathon series, we will continue this NCRT, and other regular sessions will see another new topics important for UPSC CSE preparation. So till the time, stay home, stay safe, keep studying, keep revising. All the best. Take care.